Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel. I wanted to do a lesson titled Shall the Sluggard be rewarded with the diligent? And the reason I titled that is because you you know when you come into the truth, we're supposed to be diligent. We're supposed to be studious and prudent. Okay, and all of those words basically mean, you know, go back to one word, which is study. To study, to constantly, be in the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? And the someone who's a sluggard, okay, or slothful towards his truth is not going to receive the same reward as one who's diligent in his truth. Okay, and so I have a couple of scriptures regarding that topic. The first one being 1 Corinthians chapter 9. I'm going to start at verse 16. It says, "For though I preach the gospel, I have nothing to glory of, for necessity is laid upon me. Yea, woe is unto me if I preach not the gospel." Okay, so we don't really have a lot to, boast about if we're doing the work. I mean, it's like wanting to receive an extra reward for doing your chores. You know, I mean, just do your chores, bro. Like, and you won't get punished. It's not the other way around. You don't get reward for doing what you're supposed to do every single time. You know what I'm saying? You don't get a raise for coming to work. You know what I'm saying? So, if you don't come to work, you know that you're gonna get fired. You know what I'm saying? So we know spiritually that doing this work is allowing us to be in the good graces of Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay, and if we don't do the work, woe unto us. Another word for woe is destruction. Okay, um, verse 17. For if I do this willingly, I have a reward. But if against my will, a dispensation of the gospel is committed unto me. Okay, so if we do the will of Yahweh Shem Shai willingly, then we're gonna have a reward at the end when we finish the work. Okay, all right. But if we don't preach the gospel, okay, then we're not gonna be saved, man. Okay. Um, let's see. Romans chapter 1. We'll start at verse 16. It says, no, you know what? I'm gonna start at verse 14. It says, "I am debtor both to the Greeks and to the barbarians, both to the wise and to the unwise." Now, Christianity would have you think that Paul was talking to the heathen round about that were in Rome at that time, and this is not true. Okay, this is referring to the Gentile Israelites. Okay, and so our job is to preach the word to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Okay, to the elect of the nation of Israel, and whether they be have a doctorate's degree in whatever profession they have, or whether they dropped out of a high school. There's no difference if they believe in Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay, to one who's so-called learned in this world, or to someone who's very young and naive. Okay, if they believe in Yahweh Shem Shai, that's what matters, man. That's what counts, and that's why we preach. Okay. Now let's get some scriptures in Proverbs. Okay, because there's a difference between a sluggard and a diligent man. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 4. The soul of the sluggard desireth and hath nothing, but the soul of the diligent shall be made fat. Okay, so a slothful man is going to want and desire every day because he's not doing any work to reap anything. You see, but the soul of a diligent man shall be made fat. If we're constantly doing the work, storing our treasures up in heaven, then we're going to receive an enormous reward at the end, okay? If we endure to the end. All right? Another scripture I want to get is Proverbs chapter 20, verse 4. The sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold. Therefore shall he beg in the harvest and have nothing. Okay? So a sluggard man, you know, a slothful man in this truth, you know, is not gonna last. You know what I'm saying? If you try to tell a lazy Jake, you know, to you know, to go out on the highways and byways in the wintertime, man, he's not gonna, you know, he's not gonna do it. It says right here, the sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold. It's too cold. You know, I want to lay up, you know, with my woman today. This and that, making excuses. Okay, little does he know he's destroying himself. Okay, he's setting himself up for damnation. Okay, it says, therefore shall he beg and harvest and have nothing. All right, so you know, pretty straight into the point. Next proverb I want to get is Proverbs chapter 6, verse 6. It says, Proverbs chapter 6 and 6, go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways, and be wise. Why? Because the ant is always moving. You never see an ant just sitting there, ever. It's never just sitting doing nothing, chilling. Why? Because it has a short lifespan, okay? And it has a specific program to carry out before its life is over, okay? The worker ants, all right? It says, which have no guide, no overseer, or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer, and gathereth her food in the harvest. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? You see, the sluggard is not gonna be gathering up, storing up treasures in heaven, okay, during the summer, for the time of Jacob's trouble. You see, the slothful man is not going to you know, have the faith that is required, man, to get through these times that we're coming into, okay? Because the Lord's not going to give it to it. All right. Another scripture I want to get in Proverbs is Proverbs chapter 12, verse 24. The hand of the diligent shall bear rule, but the slothful shall be made. I'm sorry. Let me read that again. The hand of the diligent shall bear rule, but the slothful shall be under tribute. Okay, so a slothful man is not going to be in a rulership position. You see, but the prudent man will. Okay, the hand of the diligent shall bear rule. All right, and so through spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, you know, we're giving diligence to make our calling and election sure. Okay, and we're gonna get that, Lord willing, here pretty soon. All right, it says, you know what? Yeah, that's about it on that. Let's see. Let's get the next proverb. Proverbs chapter 10. Proverbs chapter 10, starting at verse 4. He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich. You see that? What is this all talking about? Yeah, it kind of applies to the physical realm, but spiritually, man, this is talking about, doing the work, man, so that we can receive a reward, okay, in heaven, man, when the kingdom of heaven is established, okay, where moth and rust doeth not corrupt. All right, verse 5. He that gathereth in summer is a wise son, but he that sleepeth in harvest is a son that causeth shame. And what does the scripture say, man? The harvest is plenteous, but the reapers are few. Okay, so there's not many gatherers, uh, uh, um, you know, that's doing this work, man. All right, but there's plenty of work to be done. All right, that's why hey, it's time to get all hands on deck. Okay, time to get serious, man. There's no more time to play video games and watch TV. I mean, there's really nothing to do in the world, so there's really no excuse. This truth is the most interesting thing that you can do. All right. Uh, Proverbs chapter 22, verse um, verse 29. Seest thou a man diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean men. Okay, so base men are not going to be the presence of the elect in the kingdom of Yahushua, man. Okay, the point is the diligent is going to receive the reward of the diligent man. Okay, which is rulership. Okay, it's ownership of basically the fruit of your works. Okay, you can tell a man by his works. All right, so a slothful man is not going to receive anything. Okay, get this last scripture and I'm gonna close out. This is 2 Peter chapter 1 verse 10. It says, "Wherefore, the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do these things, ye shall never fall." Okay, so we're not gonna fall if we continue to push, man. Okay, um, the word diligence it basically means to hasten or to make haste. All right, to exert yourself, to endeavor, to give diligence. Okay, and so by doing these things, you know, we know that we have a promise by Yahushai of receiving a crown of glory, man, a crown of righteousness. All right, so why wouldn't you want to do the work? Why would you, choose to be a slothful man, putting off videos and or just even when you get it, when you get a video, whatever your lot is, whether it's to make a video, to watch a video, to read, you got to give diligence, man. You got to study, you got to pray. Okay, so the sluggard will not be uh rewarded with the diligent. Okay, all right. So with that, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.